Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to today's Finance 360-degree session in which we are going to cover a very important scheme of the Reserve Bank of India, that is the RBI Retail Direct Scheme. Okay, so this is very important scheme of the RBI, as from this scheme there was a direct descriptive question in the previous year. So we will understand that what is the Retail Direct Scheme and what are the important points that you have to remember from this scheme. So let's get started without any delay, but before that, do subscribe to the YouTube channel of EduTap and do join our Telegram channel. In the Telegram channel, you will get the PDF of today's session. Okay. So let's start with the RBI Retail Direct Scheme. And good morning to everyone. Good morning, Sorish. Good morning, Pallu. So let's start with the RBI Retail Direct Scheme. So the scheme of RBI Retail Direct has been formulated as a one-stop solution. So the Retail Direct Scheme, it is a one-stop solution. It is a one solution for the problem of the retail investors. Okay, so it is a one-stop solution to facilitate the investment in the government securities by the individual investors or by the retail investors. So through the Retail Direct Scheme, the individual investors, the retail investors, they can invest in the government securities in the primary market or even in the secondary market. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the innovative customer-centric retail direct scheme of the RBI on 12th November 2021. So this is the scheme of the RBI, but our Prime Minister launched this scheme on 12th November 2021. So the date is also very important. Okay. Now the scope of the scheme. So what is the scope of the scheme? What government securities it includes, and all of that we are going to discuss. So the RBI Retail Direct is a comprehensive scheme which provides the following facilities to retail investors in government securities market. That is, the retail investors, they can open and maintain a retail direct gilt account. So retail direct gilt account, the individual investors or the retail investors, they can maintain a free of cost RDG account with the RBI. So opening an RDG account allow individuals or retail investors to buy the government securities directly in the primary market, as well as buy or sell in the secondary market also. So you can understand that through this RDG account that is maintained with the RBI, that is free of cost, the individual investors, the retail investors, they can open this account to do the primary market transactions or to do the secondary market transactions. RDG account can be opened and maintained with the RBI free of cost. So this is the account through which the individual investors, they can engage in the primary market and secondary market of government securities. So this is the basic idea. I hope it is clear. Okay. Access to primary issuance to government securities. Now what happens that the Reserve Bank of India on behalf of Government of India releases the government securities. Okay, releases the government securities which different entities, the banks, the individual investors and such, they can buy. So this is the primary auction, or this is the primary market transaction that is happening, that RBI issues the government securities and the investors, they can buy the government securities. Then in the secondary market there is buy and sell of government securities that is happening between the investors. That is, the investors, those that have the government securities, they can buy and sell among themselves. Okay. So this is the basic idea, that through the retail direct scheme or through the retail direct portal, the individual investors can open and maintain a RDG account, access to primary issuance of government securities, and there is also the access to NDSOM. That is, NDSOM is a screen-based electronic anonymous order matching system for secondary market trading in government securities. The NDS, that is negotiated dealing system order matching. So negotiated dealing system, this was launched with the primary sector in mind, with the primary market in mind, that the government securities will be issued by the RBI through this NDS platform. Then later on, the NDS OM platform was launched, that is order matching platform. This was for the secondary market, so that the government securities that is traded in the secondary market, that can be traded through this electronic anonymous order matching system, and this is used. So NDS OM is used for the secondary market trading in government securities. Okay, so the trade that happens between the buyer and seller in the secondary market in the government securities, that can happen, or that happens through the NDS OM that is owned by the RBI. Okay, so there is the retail investors through this scheme, they are getting the access to the NDS OM so that they can get the access to the secondary market trading in the government securities. So if a retail investor want to sell or buy the government security in the secondary market, they can do it through this access to the NDS OM. Okay, so this is the basic idea. Now this is the portal, and that is the investor registration. You can do the investor registration, sorry. So retail investors as defined under the scheme can register under the scheme and maintain a RDG account. They need to have the rupee savings bank account maintained in India, permanent account number issued by the income tax department, so they should have a PAN card, any officially valid document for KYC, know your customer purposes, valid email ID, registered mobile number. So all of these things they need to have for opening their RDG account. Okay, so the non-resident retail investors eligible to invest in government securities under the FEMA 1999 are eligible under the scheme. So the non-resident retail investors, even if the retail investors are non-resident, they are also eligible to invest in government securities under the Foreign Exchange Management Act of 1999. They are eligible under the retail direct scheme. Okay, so RDG account can be opened singly or jointly with another retail investor who meets the eligibility criteria. So the RDG account can be opened in the joint manner also, or in the single manner also. Okay, so primary market participation, how the primary market buying happens, or how the primary market participation happens. So participation and allotment of securities will be as per the non-competitive scheme. So try to understand that, let's say Kritika, that is me, I want to buy the government securities from the RBI through my retail direct gilt account. Okay, so now I'm a very small individual, and if I do the bidding, if I do the competitive bidding that I want to purchase the government security at rupees 900. Okay, there are big investors that are buying in lakhs, or that are buying in huge quantities. They are also bidding very high, like 980, 990. So I will not be able to get uh, the government securities because I am not aware about the actual bidding range that is there, or I am a retail investor that doesn't have much information about the range of bidding that is happening in the government securities. Okay, so to provide a separate platform for the retail investors, as they are the individual investors that do not have much like control over the market, or much knowledge about the market. So for the retail investors there is a non-competitive bidding section. So competitive bidding is the section in which there is the bid that is being placed over the price, that I want to purchase the government security at 980, 990. So that is the bidding at price, or the bidding can happen over yield, that I want to gain 20 rupees or 30 rupees, or whatever yield you want to get from that particular government security. Okay, so in the competitive bidding, the bidding is happening over price, that at this price I want to buy. Okay, so this is the competitive bidding that happens. Now for the retail investors, there is no, like through the retail direct scheme, there is only the non-competitive bidding section that is allowed. Okay, so participation and allotment of securities under the retail direct scheme, the participation and allotment of securities will be as per the non-competitive scheme for participation in primary auction of government securities. So what happens, that a non-competitive bid is a way for retail investors to purchase the securities without specifying a price or yield. So what happens, that whatever is the average bid price that is decided as per the competitive bidding. Okay, so whatever is the average price that is decided, so that becomes the market price, that this is the, so average price, let's say average price for the government security is, the average price for the government security is 950. So this becomes the average bid price, or this becomes the market price. So now for all the retail investors, they will get this market price. Okay, so the investor, they accept the average price or the average bid price, average market price that is set by the competitive bidders. So competitive bidders, they bid the price that I want to buy at 980, 970, 960, 950, 940. So different bidders are giving different price. So average price is selected, like average price is calculated, and at that average price the retail investors can buy. Okay, so in the non-competitive bid, this is a way for retail investors to purchase the government securities without, now the in the non-competitive bid you cannot uh, decide the price, or you cannot bid for the price or the yield. You only get the average price that is set by the competitive bidders. In a non-competitive bid or in a non-competitive scheme, the retail investors, they only specify the amount they want to invest, not the yield, not the price. So in the non-competitive bidding, there is no price that you can bid, or there is no yield that you can bid. You are only deciding that okay, this much amount I want to invest, and you will get that much amount, or you will get your government securities at the average price that is set by the competitive bidding. I hope this is clear. Give me a thumbs up if it is clear till now. So only one bid per security is permitted. So only one bid you have to give for per government security. On submission of the bid, the total amount payable will be displayed, that okay, you want to buy the 7 government security. You want to buy the 7 units of this particular government security. So it will show that this is the average price, and you will have to give this much amount for this 7 units that you want to purchase. Okay. So allotted securities will be issued to the investors by credit to their RDG account. So whatever allotted securities they, like, maybe they were not able to get the 7 units, because the retail investors, they all get, whoever is bidding, whoever is placing their bids now in the non-competitive section, that I want 7 units, 6 units, 5 units, 4 units. So they all get some amount of units, like all the investors. So in the retail investor segment, all the investors, they get some amount of the government securities or some units of the government security. So maybe you are not getting 7 units, maybe you are only getting 2, 3, maybe 5 units. Okay, so allotted securities will be issued to the investors by the credit to their RDG account. So whatever is the government security that you have been allotted, so that you will go to your retail direct gilt account on the day of settlement. Okay, so that is the idea. So now important details: the government securities for investment through the RDG platform, through the retail direct platform, or through the retail direct mobile application. So so the government securities for investment for the retail investors are the Government of India Treasury bills, that is for the short term. Okay, Government of India dated securities, that is for the long term. The state development loans, sovereign gold bonds. So all these securities are available for investment for the retail investors through the retail direct platform, through the retail direct scheme. Okay, so buying the government securities, so facilities available on the retail direct portal. So there is the portal of the retail direct scheme, or there is the portal of the RBI, through which you can buy the government securities through the primary auctions in the non-competitive segment only. Remember this very clearly, that this is a very important detail of the retail direct scheme, that you can only buy the government securities. The retail investors can only buy the government securities under the retail direct scheme through the non-competitive segment only in the primary auction. Okay, now they can buy and sell the government securities in the secondary market through the NDS-OM, through the negotiated dealing system, order matching. Buying and selling sovereign gold bonds in the primary and secondary market through any of the above methods. Investor services such as account statement. So the portal also provides the investor services like the account statement. You are getting the nomination facility, the pledge, the gift transactions, grievance redressal, the complaint redressal, managing profile like contact details, etc. So these are the facilities that is available on the retail direct portal. Okay, so this is the retail direct portal. You can see that the retail direct scheme is a one-stop solution to facilitate investment in government securities by individual investors. Primary issuance are the first time issuance that the RBI is doing of the government securities, and RBI is selling the government securities to the investors. Sovereign gold bonds are also allowed under the retail direct scheme. So this is the basic idea, that you can open the RBI retail direct account through this portal. You can get the access through the NDS OM second, that is secondary market, or you can raise your queries and such. So this is the retail direct portal through which the retail direct scheme is available, through which you can open your RDG accounts and such. Now mobile application is also now available for download for your retail direct scheme. So RBI a few months before has announced that other than this portal, RBI has also launched a mobile application for the retail direct investors. Okay, that is under the retail direct scheme. Any confusion anyone has till now? So this is it for today. Now this is the first question. I hope you will be easily able to answer this question. In this you have to tell the incorrect statement. Okay, so there are the three statements that are given to you and you have to tell that which of the following is incorrect. Now in the previous session there was a little confusion in the questions of the previous session, so let's discuss that. So in previous session we have discussed two topics. One is regarding your collateral free agricultural loans, for which the limit has been increased from 1.6 lakh rupees to 2 lakh rupees. Okay, the second news article was regarding your mulehunter.aitm. Okay, so here the answer was B. In the second question there was a slight mistake that happened, that instead of correct there should be the incorrect that should come. Okay, so I'm sorry for this mistake, but actually the question was regarding incorrect statement. So the system has been piloted successfully with two large public sector banks yielding encouraging result. So this is correct. The first statement is correct about mulehunter.aitm. This is for identifying the mule accounts. So there has been a pilot that has been launched with two large public sector banks. The system was developed after analyzing 19 different patterns. Traditional rule-based systems are less efficient than the ML-based approaches. That's why we are shifting towards the machine learning, AI and such. Okay, so this is wrong. This is wrong. mulehunter.aitm is the AI ML based model developed by RBIH. That is Reserve Bank Innovation Hub. So mulehunter.aitm, it is a model that is developed by the RBIH and not by the Rabbit. Okay, so the fourth statement was also wrong and the C should have been the answer. The question was regarding incorrect statement. Okay, then the last question was about the correct statement. Here first statement is correct, that before earlier there was the limit or there was the ceiling in on the interest rate for the deposits of 3 years and above. That was the ceiling of overnight alternative reference rate plus 350 basis point. Correct. Now the limit has been increased to plus 500 basis point. That is also correct. With effect from December 2024, the banks are permitted to raise fresh FCNR B deposits of 1 year to less than 3 years maturity at rates not exceeding ARR plus 300 basis points. So that is wrong. That with effect from December 2024. What is the basis point here, if anyone remembers? So it was not 300 basis point, it was, anyone who remembers, that with effect from December 2024, the banks are permitted to raise the fresh FCNR deposits of 1 year to less than 3 years. So the ceiling has been increased from overnight alternative reference rate of 250 basis point to 400 basis point. Okay, not 300. So this was wrong. This relaxation will be available till March 31st 2025. So this is correct. So 1, 2 and 4 is the right answer here. For 1 year to less than 3 years maturity, it was 400. Okay, so I hope this is clear. 1, 2 and 4 were the correct statements, so B was the answer here. So now before ending the session, I want to show you the website that EduTap has created. Like here we are providing you the free material, the blog, so that you get more information about the exam that you are preparing. Okay, so you can search for any of the exam information. If you go to the end of the page, you can get the exam information about any of the exam that you want to prepare. Okay, so let's say you want to prepare for RBI Grade B. or you want to prepare for any of the exam, so you can get the exam information about the particular exam you are preparing. You can get the strategy also for the examination. You can also get the success stories, that how the toppers have achieved their dream and have cleared the examination. Okay, and if you go back to the page, you can go to the courses. You can see the courses for the component that you want to get. Okay, if you are preparing for RBI grade B, you can see the courses and the off, or the like how much off, or how much discount is available to you. So you can see that what are the discounts, what are the courses, who all will be teaching, what will be taught to you, what will be provided to you. So all of that you can see. Okay, so this is it for today. Thank you very much for joining the session. I hope you understood everything that was taught today. So this is it. Thank you very much for joining. My throat is not very well, but I hope you were able to understand all the nitty-gritties of this concept. Okay, so this was a static concept. This scheme was important. That's why I have brought it for you. Now, in the next session is on uh, Thursday now. So let's meet then. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. You're most welcome, Pallu. You are most welcome, Sarish. Thank you for joining, everyone.